Hey guys, it's M4J here and welcome back to the M4J network here on OpenTTD. Today we are, let me just put my phone on silent before I start. Today we are going to be planning out new routes. So far in this series we have rebuilt some of the old routes, we have introduced new services on those old routes, and today we're actually going to start looking at future routes. So there is one that I have already done that I introduced you to, I think 3 episodes, maybe 4 episodes ago, and I've sort of hinted at it since. But I can show you what it is now, because I have already planned it, but it'll give you an idea as to what I want to do with this route planning. So this is Guard City St. Michael. This is the hub for the Western Reaches franchise, service, route, whatever you want to call it. Currently, you can see there's 4 APTs in. APT? Yeah, Advanced Passenger Train. I always get it. Sometimes I say APT, sometimes I say ATP. I know what I mean to say, but it doesn't always mean that's what I say. And that was a good example there. Just flubbed my words. So there's these extra platforms. These are all the platforms for the Western Reaches North route. These 2 platforms also share with the route that I'm about to introduce you to, and then there's these 2 platforms. Same with the slow. These 2 platforms, and this one here, I think, are all for this new route as well. So you can see all my lines are showing. So I can now show you what I have planned. And this is it. This is the Western Reaches North. This runs up to Wenfinfield Western, Morningpool Falls, and then Sunnington or Plindham Junction. This line here is the Western Reaches South, and it's this new route that will be running direct to Sanley Central. I am still considering having an express service or a semi-fast service that also uses the northern route, goes through Wenfinfield, goes through Morningpool Falls, and then when it reaches Preybourne, instead of coming off onto the branch towards Plindham, it actually continues straight south. Plus, of course, having a service between Sunnington and Sanley. But this is the new route. What route is this one? I kind of want to get rid of this one, because this is the Great Western one, which I'm pretty sure has already been built. Let me just follow this one quickly and see where it goes. Yeah, this looks like the old Great Western. Not sure what that was all about. This is also the Grand Canal that we've got here. What year am I in now? 2058. Not that this helps much. That one I want to keep. That's the one. So that's the Grand Canal. I think that is the one that only runs as far as, yep, here. So I'll delete that one as well. And I had it highlighted just now, actually. The one I wanted to keep. It wasn't that one. Wasn't that one. Was it that one? Yeah. I'm going to rename you Western Reaches South. There. So now I know which one it is. Let me just de-highlight that one for now. So, you leave Guard City St. Michael and you come along here. There will be a station somewhere around here. This is the freight loop. The western side of the freight loop, so there won't be an interchange, but there will be a station here. The first major interchange is probably going to be here at Little Prawning-Well, and you can see, if I hinted at it last episode, this is why the canal basin goes this way and then back east again, so that I've got room here for an interchange station and junctions and things like that, because I don't think it's just the Western Reaches South line that will be using these new platforms. I think I might add some more lines in the future as well, because I am considering, believe it or not, adding another Guard City terminus station somewhere in this area. Maybe there. That'd be good. We'll see. But yeah, Little Prawning-Well is the first interchange. Then it will run along the side of the canal here in the Great Western, and as we reach East Town, it's actually going to curve around, and it's going to come through here like this, and then around this way again. I'm sort of in two minds here. I was trying to see where the airport was, but that's over there, so that's too much of an ask, I think. Although, is that the I think that's the Guard City, Greater Guard City boundary. This line here. So yeah, we curve south here. What's this line then? Oh, is that the that's the other metro line. Oh, that's what I was going to show you. So yeah, the metro platforms used to be up here. They used to be terminus platforms. They're now down here and will form a loop. So essentially, all trains that run down as far as the airport will always continue and loop back, apart from maybe one. So I'm thinking of doing an airport line between Great Winfield and Rinston over here. Because there's a terminating platform here at Rinston. It will involve adding a new little connecting line here, single track most likely, but I think that'll work quite nicely. And then we'll have the airport line up and running, plus there will be a service that comes here to Chewwood and then runs back into the city, but I haven't decided what that will be yet. This is the diverging and joining point, so that'll be a major station. I feel like having a mainline station there. In fact, I was going to say I'll add it to this, but I think it's too short a gap to have two big stations. Anyway, I keep getting distracted. So we turn south here, and then we run down towards Preefingfield. Now currently I've got it turning west again here to cross over the overground lines here. But I might change it instead and have it run continuously south. Build a new station maybe in here, or as close to Barston here, Barston Central, and actually build the station and the connection there instead, and then have the line come down through here and then turn west, because I think I directed it this way to cover these towns that don't have any other lines running through them, but I don't want to get too close to the Great Western route. Oh, there's Taunton Tunnels as well, by the way. It's the station I was talking about a couple of episodes ago. New station on the network. Not that popular, but it's also not got that many trains calling. I take it these are all working. Looks like they are. Another really useful thing for this is it tells you if there's a train lost, because it will say delayed rather than, like, if it just says expected, it means it's running slightly late, whereas if it says delayed, that means it's lost somewhere, and the in-game pathing can't find how long it's going to take. Normally means it's stuck at a signal because it's taken the wrong route. Something quite easy to fix a lot of the time, sometimes not so much. But yeah, we continue running south here. Either or, if we run down through Barston, we'll come through this gap here and we'll connect up to the line just here anyway. So we keep running south. Here's a connection with the, and I named this, let me remind myself what the name is, the Guard City to Fort Flonwood joint. Now I think it used to be called the Cadingbury, no, not Cadingbury, it used to be called something else. Let me find out very quickly. The Charwood Western is what it used to be called. I'm going to keep that name, the Charwood Western, but I'm actually going to have it just go from Fort Flonwood to Charwood, and that will be the Charwood Western. Because I think it's too long to have as a single block, if that makes sense. Plus, there's something that I'm going to show you in a minute that also goes towards why that won't be possible. So this is Dinstown. This is on the southern, I want to say, no, northern Fort Flonwood joint. Both branches will be considered part of the same main line. I might give one of the branches a slightly different name. So this will be the Dintown branch, and the other one will be whatever that station was. Is it like Tranley Market or something? I think it's called. I know it's over here somewhere. There, Tatham. So yeah, we'll have the Tatham branch and the Dintown branch. So you can see here we connect with Dinstown, and then we run through. Okay, I think I might build the station on the western side, because then I can run it over the rails here, but under the town. Then we continue running south, and we come through to Funningbury. So I'm going to have this Funningbury station as is, and I'm going to build a new Funningbury station just here. And then we continue running south. we go through Retbridge, we go through Hadtown, and then somewhere around here I'll be building a big triangular junction where some lines go up towards Fort Flonwood, some lines go south this way towards forgot the name of the town. Jeroname's Cross is this side, and I think also I think Cadingbury is this way as well. Yeah, because there's Buntbourne, and this way goes back up towards Guard City. So there's that, and then another branch will continue west and connect up with this line here. Now this whole thing, Fort Flonwood included, needs to be rebuilt because it's incredibly messy. This station is far too big for what it actually is, which, you know, it's kind of like Crewe. Crewe has so many platforms and lines that just aren't used now. The station looks massive because of that, whereas in actuality it's about half the size of what people think it is. It's a strange one. Let's put it that way. It's a strange one. So yeah, Fort Flonwood will be rebuilt, and that's the current end of this section of the Western Reaches South. However, the Fort Flonwood to Portfield section of the line will then be taken over by the Western Reaches South. So all of this will be re-electrified using third rail and overhead electrification, including this section where it connects up with the Great Western here at Sannington, and then obviously runs down here through these tunnels here, and then Portfield, and then this is the Western Reaches South. This section here will be renamed the West Coast something or other. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, connects up here at Portfield and then continues running south. The Charwood Western line branches off here then, and goes down towards Charwood and beyond, and the Western Reaches South will continue all the way down here through Kingdinghatton Parkway, Kingdinghatton Airport Parkway. I forgot I built the airport here. I'm still not sure why I built that so far away, and also why I only built it that size. I think I should make that a bigger airport. And then yeah, down towards Sanley. Onwards, onwards, onwards. So because this is a major station now, Kingdinghatton Airport Parkway, this is actually a good place to start. New line. So we're going to start here at Kingdinghatton, and we're going to run this way to, is that Guddingville? We're then going to cross over the Great Western route here. Sorry, this is the Charwood Western. So we're going to cross over here at Ninston. Then we're going to... should we join up with the... I mean, we could. Over here at Menbridge. Might just do that. And then you'll continue running on towards Munfingford Paragon, and then onwards towards Denston Carnegie. I'm desperately trying to remember the names of all my stations right now. And then yeah, this is up towards Buntbourne again, and Cadingbury Junction is that way, and Denston is this way, I want to say. I think it's this way. I know that yeah, because that's the Great Central line there, which I think is going to be renamed the Cross Country Central line. Plus this weird setup that we've got here. And then yeah, this continues along. Ah yes, to Tunway and Funston, which is also going to get rebuilt, because the Realism Initiative never really made it this far. So we're going to redo that. So that's one line done. My game's lagging a little bit. I think it's because I'm recording. My laptop is excruciatingly hot. I need to come up with a better way to ventilate my laptop. So that's Tunway and Funston there. So that must be Cadingbury there. So you can kind of see how all these lines connect now. Because over here, this is the Great Central. Well, it's currently the Great Central route. You can see it just about bypasses Tunway and Funston, and it keeps running east here. And Denston is right over here. And then this way continues on towards the station down here that I've always forget the name of. Down here, which is Drentborn Retire. I know it's the Italian for station, but I can't remember how you pronounce it. And then Bar City off down this way. Speaking of Bar City, this is what it looks like now. Still, yeah, if that makes sense. What I am going to start doing in the not too distant future, actually, because I've got the capability to do it now, and I've got the waypoints and the stations and everything set up. Can't speak. I'm actually going to start running the Transrapid trains. So maybe actually between this episode and next, I'll start running the Transrapid trains along this route. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Yeah, I look forward to seeing that. One thing that I should remember though, here I'm going to put, so like I did over with GSMI, having the waypoints and Sunnington and GSG in fact, I'm going to put some waypoints along the line here, and then another set somewhere here, maybe even build an additional junction somewhere here, just to get the trains up to a better speed. And then yeah, they'll shoot off towards Guard City. And that'll be the first proper rail connection between the two major cities. That'd be very good if we got that going. But whilst we're here, over at Bar City, we could plan out this line here. So this line currently just runs to here and no further. What I would like it to do is connect up with, let me zoom out a little bit more, in fact one more. So this is where it runs to currently. What's this? Ah, is that one of, yeah, okay. So Bar City Central is there. And by the way, those of you who do support me on Patreon at the moment, I think there's 2 people, one of which definitely qualifies. You can name some areas of Bar City in the next few days. So I'm recording this on the 1st of March. Hopefully by the time this goes out, Patreon, whoops, I nearly lost my laptop then. Patreon will have processed this month's payments, which means the first person is eligible for their benefits. So I'll be emailing out in the not too distant future regarding that. I'm looking forward to naming these areas, whether it's one of the existing areas or whether it's a new area. What I will say though is Bar City Central, that name is staying, but the other station names will be reflected by the areas in which they sit. So it'll be Bar City and then whatever the name of the area that the person has chosen is. That's how I'm planning on doing it. If I change my mind, I will always use the name that the person gave, that's for sure. Yeah, so yeah, what I want to do, currently we have this line here. I'm trying to think how I'm going to do this. No, it's not going to go there. I'm trying to find the line I'm looking for. Maybe it's this one I'm thinking of. Which one's this? Oh, that's the high speed. So it's not that one. Ah, this one. This one here. So currently this line comes down here and terminates at Tunningley Estelle. What I think I'm actually going to do is back up this way. So this is the high speed lines here. So it is this one. It is the one I was looking at. I'm actually going to rebuild that to come over to Bar City. So that means coming back up here. Okay, I'm just looking because they cross over here. I'm not sure I want them to do that anymore. That one goes towards Drentborn. I'm actually a bit lost now. How do I want to do this? Maybe I'll just build a junction station somewhere here, and then just have you run straight across like that. Oh, it's the lag. There's a lot of stuff needs loading in here. That is what's causing the lag right now. So we'll have it run in there. Like this. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. Come on. Go on, PC. And then there, there, and there. That's another connection then between Guard City and Bar City. The next one, I think, would be this one. So I thought I'd planned this out before, but I guess not. So this is the East Coast main line, and it runs all the way up to Gronwell Superior. But what we haven't got is the Bar City Eastern line. So that's going to run something like this. And continue out this way. And then you're going to terminate at your own station in this area here. So that's another one done. There was also actually a connection, or I thought there was, maybe there wasn't. Maybe there wasn't. Thinking about it. Let's have a look quickly. I know that this central section here needs dual electrification. I'm also not happy with this junction. This looks so ridiculous. So I might change that in the future. We'll see about that. But yeah, I thought there was a thing I had designed here to loop around, but it doesn't look like there is. So I think we're done with Bar City then, in that case. So let's scooch back over towards Guard City. So I think there was another line here that I was going to build from Fort Flonwood. We're getting a little bit congested around here, so I am trying to be careful. But, I mean, Fort Flonwood is a major station, so I'm going to start treating it like a proper interchange station with lots of lines coming in from lots of different directions. So, for example, building a line across here. Actually, hang on, let me start that one again. Come on, laptop. Come on, laptop. Wow, the lag. It's a big map. It is a big map. So yeah, we'll start this one again. So from Fort Flonwood, it's going to come out this way, along around the side of Huntfield here, and then north, like this. So we've got Sentfield and Nardinghatton. This is on the Great Western route, isn't it? Yeah. In fact, we might just have it go into Woolworth, like this. Because Woolworth does have, on this side, I believe, room for an extra branch. So that's a good connection, because then that connects it to the Cross Country West, down here at Gronville West, all the way up to Sunnington. So we can now run trains directly from Fort Flonwood to Sunnington once we've built this route. When these routes will be built, by the way, they're not all going to be done in one go. So, like this route here between Fort Flonwood and Woolworth, I might build routes like this first because they're nice and short and easy to build. And what that will allow me to do is actually rebuild Fort Flonwood as I'm adding these lines in. So the western reaches south is probably going to be done in a few episodes' time. And it might even be done in sections. So I might do like GSMI to Little Proningwell here, and then from here go down towards Fort Flonwood. I'm still not 100% sure. Like with Fort Flonwood, what I might even do is rebuild this one and just call it Fort Flonwood, like central, and then somewhere out here, maybe even further south, down here somewhere, build Fort Flonwood Parkway and actually have a full triangular junction station in this kind of area, because I think that would work better. So instead of the Western Reaches coming to here, it would actually come down to a set of platforms that will allow it to go straight through and then connect up with the main route down here. That might work better than what I've got currently planned. I might write that down somewhere, actually. Let me add a new... And I'm going to draw like a triangle here. There. Hopefully that helps me remember. So yeah, also from Woolworth, I do have this extra branch here, and for this I was planning on building something a bit like this. So again, I'm just looking. Actually, what I could use that for is to create a loop. So like have it partly loop back on itself and join up with this. Maybe build... I don't think I can do anything else, because it's too close to the actual Great Western Line, which makes it a little bit difficult. We are in a tight space here, but there is another route that I had planned from Great Wintfield. You might have noticed when I built all of this, I had these two lines here. Now there is actually a bit in Winfield up here. If I draw that straight across like so, and then build this around the outskirts of Winfield, maybe even have it cross there, and then have it run almost directly north. We'll go through the suburbs of Nardhead. Now, let me zoom out again and just get scope of where we are. So this is the West Winds line here, up to Drunnington and Tenfing Bridge, and I might even have this connect up on that side of it, like that. The original plan was to actually have this line continue further north and connect up with the North Valleys, but again I think we've got too many lines planned here. Plus there is this one from Padwood Junction that actually goes up this way. Plus, and I always forget about this, over here we have the Blue Lagoon line, which I still need to convert. In fact, tell you what, since I'm up here now, this was suggested such a long time ago, and every time I went to do it, something else came up. So I do apologise to whoever it was that originally suggested this, but I am now going to convert all of this into probably narrow gauge electrified, actually. Let's see how this goes. So all of that like that. All of this. All of this. This little station here. I'm trying to think of other suggestions, because I know George De Silva messaged me a few times about connections that he was suggesting. And I really wish I'd kept a record of them. So if you wouldn't mind leaving them again, if you can remember them, that is. And if there's anyone else out there that has suggestions, head over to my Reddit, reddit.com/r/m4j_gaming. Find the post advertising this video. So this is episode 13, and it has got a name. Let me find the name. Surveying the Land, the episode's called. So just look for episode 13, Surveying the Land. Do it on my Reddit community. Please don't do it on the OpenTTD one. I mean, you can do it on there because it's just commenting on a thread essentially, but I'd prefer it if you did it on mine because I've got a better system of keeping track of mine than I have the OpenTTD one. But yeah, leave your suggestion there for what other connections you want to see me build. Now this is the current terminus of the Blue Lagoon line over here at Sarkbridge, but I actually want it to connect at the northern and southern end. So what I might do is extend it further south. I was going to say to this station here, but I might actually do it to Dronnington and Tenfing Bridge. Like that. Is this a new station? Tenfing Bridge on the Hill? It might be. I must have been watching a video that had Harrow on the Hill when I was building that. That's the only reason I can think that it's being called that. This looks like we've got some departure problems because there's 3-4 trains waiting. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Which one are you? You're there. So you're the one in the platform. You're not supposed to be leaving until 6:01. Hey? Something gone wrong here. That definitely doesn't look right, does it? 10 hours 41. Is that including the time running to and from Honningville? That could well be. This is supposedly timetabling full load orders. Did I do that? When did I timetable a full load order? Unload, leave empty. No? Didn't do full load. Don't think I did. I can't see it on there. Yeah, something about the GSE line is a bit finicky. So I'm gonna redo that at some point. I don't know when. So yeah, we got 3 different branch lines all coming into Dronnington and Tenfing Bridge now. And in fact, I'm not a fan of that. What's the next nearest main line? There isn't really one, is there? So this line from Padwood is going to cross over the West Winds and head up this way, and it will eventually connect up with the in fact, does it run to Honningville? Yeah, it connects up to Honningville. So the Blue Lagoon gets its name from probably this lake here, but it's supposed to connect the North Valleys up with another line. So the North Valleys is here. The connection here is at Raffingley. Let me just zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. Here's the connection. So from here, it runs down this way. I think it should run the other way round the lagoon. Myself. So I think what it should do... Do I have a line for this one? It's one of these. That one, that one, that one, that one. So yeah, this is... Oh no, that's that. Aha, okay. So we can have this run this way round the lagoon. We'll build a new town here, have it connect to there, and then we'll have it terminate here at Fuwood, and then the line from Padwood will come up here, and that will be the connection there. That could work. So I'll have to rebuild all of this, cut it short, extend it, whatever it might be. I just want to see what trains I've got available here as well. Thinking about it. Because having electrified narrow gauge means you can use small multiple units. Because I don't want anything that goes too fast. What does that look like? Problem with the Japanese rail set is the ones that are supposed to be multiple units aren't. Like that's supposed to be a multiple unit, but it isn't. You need the is it the Shinkansen to make it work, which I don't want to do. So that's electric, 75 miles an hour. That's for freight, heavy freight. Refittable with coaches attached. Heavy freight or express passengers. Something like this, maybe. Worst case scenario is I'll de-electrify it and just use steam. I might just do that. I might just use steam. Do that some other time. How long's this episode been going for? 36 minutes. Alright, so I think I've shown some of what I intend to do with this series moving forward. I went off on so many tangents. I do apologise for that. I planned things out months in advance, and then when it actually comes to making the video, I still end up sort of ad-libbing it a lot of the time. The main things to take into account is Fort Flonwood is going to look a lot different in the not too distant future. So is or so are all the other third rail interchange stations. GSMA currently, I'll show you what GSMA currently looks like. One of the reasons why I have delayed doing the trains out of GSMA is because I want to do a massive rebuild. Actually, I'll plan that out while I'm here. So what I want to do is these platforms here at New Rennington, I want to move over to here. From GST, which is here, I want to have a new set of lines that comes down this way, around this way, and then into New Rennington from there, from the east. I also want a new set of tracks that run this way. Actually, try that again. That run this way, straight south. New set of platforms, actually probably on this side, thinking about it. Let me try that again. I'll get it right eventually. So here, down to somewhere like this, across to somewhere like this, and then continue down. Actually, maybe connect up with that set of lines there. And then some trains that do currently terminate at GSMA can actually terminate at GST, and that means GST will finally be brought into proper use. But the most important one is from New Rennington, I want this set of lines to come down to here, down this little slope, and then come all the way over to here, under the tunnel to here, and then over to this. And then from here, I want this set of tracks. Let me see. What I might actually do is have this line connect up with these platforms, and then this line is going to be the one that goes down and under, right, across here, under to over here, and then climb up. So let me plan that like that. The reason I'm doing all this is these tracks, these two tracks here to Funingley North, I actually want to get rid of. So that's why I want this new line here to actually come round and connect up with this. And then if I have one of these two lines, maybe this one actually, because if this one then connects up with this side, that means these three, or these two, sorry, here are going to be the ones. Also bear in mind that these platforms are going to be moved slightly further up, but you're going to come along and connect up there like that, and there will also be a diverging branch that will connect up with what we've got here. and that could work. And then I've got more room here to add more lines in and out for terminating trains, which is what this whole exercise was in aid of. Particularly this side, like having extra lines, 2 extra lines coming in and out here would be a massive help. And yeah, this is the reason why GSMA has taken a while, because we've actually got 4 or 5 different main lines coming out. So we've got the center rail lines to the north. That's quite easy. Don't need waypoints or anything like that. It's going to be a straightforward 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. But to the south, we've actually got this set that comes out here to the east. Plus, even when we get to here, we've got some that go onto the overground loop, and then we've got the main tracks which head down this way, and then we've got these 2 tracks which head towards the loop down through Cadingbury. So that's not easy. Then we've got this set of lines which comes straight south here through Funingley North, through Funingley South, through Shoreham Junction, and then here it also separates. So this is an overground line. These 2 are overground lines. I think it's this one goes off towards Great Winfield. And then these lines which go down towards Cadingbury. Is it Cadingbury? These ones? I think they head somewhere else first, don't they? Yeah. Oh, and also this way, which also goes to Great Winfield. So there's that. And then, coming all the way back up here, we've got these lines, which are still part of Centre Rail, technically, and also Guard City Connect and Guard City Express, and these go down towards Rinston, and then on towards Fort Flonwood. This is the Guard City to Fort Flonwood joint. So there's so many lines coming out, and there's so many junctions that we've got to build and rebuild and add waypoints to and things like that. It's a huge headache. So I've already decided each main line coming out of Guard City St. Mark is going to be built separately in separate episodes, probably 5 or 6 episodes apart. The first one is going to be the one to Fort Flonwood, because actually once I've got that done, we've already done the West Winds and we've already done the Great Northern. So as soon as I do the line down this way towards Fort Flonwood, we can start running Guard City Connect services using the Centre Rail connections, which will be a massive boost to the overall network. And yeah, I think I've talked myself to death. I think I've talked you guys to death as well, to be honest. So a lot of this rebuilding I will be recording on multiple different days and then adding it all together into a video at the very end. So when you watch the time lapse of that, just bear that in mind, because there'll be a lot of jump cuts here and there. I am also considering, after you come out of New Rennington here, and this could be problematic, I might have to add some additional waypoints, because this line comes dangerously close to GSMA. It might make sense somewhere in here, maybe, to build some platforms that connect up with this. Because the new overground trains, I'm going to be using the London overground trains in the future when we progress through to the 2000s, because we're still in the 1980s at the moment, and we will be until all of the lines have got trains on, and then we'll start progressing forward and doing stock upgrades and stuff like that. So the current overground trains are 5 carriages long, which means 2 trains per, or 2 units per train is 5 tiles long. These are currently 6 tiles long. I've actually shortened these ones to 4. I might increase it to 5 again. And all metro stations where there's a connection with the overground, such as down this way towards Great Winfield, they'll be lengthened or shortened to 5, whichever it would be. So to add 2 extra platforms, 5 tiles long, somewhere in this gap here maybe, shouldn't be too difficult. I might have to move this tunnel, or this road tunnel, get rid of it completely. Actually, I might do it in this gap here. We'll see. I know there is a patch coming in the near future that will allow you to build bridges over stations, and that will be very helpful, because it will mean that I can actually build, well, as it says, build bridges over stations. So I can actually start building stations under bridges, like here, for example. Not that I would here, but it's just a good example. 2 lines passing under loads of other lines. But that might make sense on the overground loop to actually include GSMA, because I think GSMA is the only I know GSJ isn't included on the overground loop either. And GSMI isn't, but because of how close it is to GSP, I was also considering moving the GSP platforms to over this side. Again, once the building bridges over station platforms comes in, I'll redirect this over to here, and then build the new platforms here, and then have another set of bridges here, and then connect it up over there. There'll be a lot of rebuilding involved, but it should be worth it. And I've got to do the metro still as well. I might actually get the circle line up and running again. That might work out quite well. So I might do that between episodes as well. But yeah, GSMA is coming. I haven't forgotten about it. I'm avoiding it like the plague at the moment, but it will be done in the not too distant future. So like I said, I've talked a lot. My voice is starting to go again. But hopefully I've explained this part of the map quite clearly. Hopefully I've also explained the new routes quite clearly. If I have missed anything out for any reason, please do let me know, and I'll fill in the gaps for those that want me to. I'm also considering just building a line between these two bits here rather than having it loop round here, but I mean, having it loop round here isn't the worst thing in the world. So yeah, comment on Reddit if there's anything I've missed out or anything you'd like me to explain further, or if you just want to make some suggestions of connections on your own. If you go onto my website, you can download the Majeffries network version of this map, which doesn't have the major rebuilds that I've done in this series. I might, after episode 25, update the website to include the latest version of this map, so you can actually come on the map, check it out for yourselves, and make suggestions for connections that way, or station upgrades or station downgrades. What I might also do is outsource some of my station rebuilds. So for example, Fort Flonwood, I've already said that I want to rebuild it. If there's someone out there who thinks they can design it better than I would be able to in a short space of time, let me know. You can download the file off the website and have a go, and if I like it, I'll somehow try and get the design into this game. Whether I just copy it verbatim, have two versions of the game loaded up with the two designs, or if I can just, you know, cross transfer it over and just load up that save file instead. That would be awesome, because I will be the first to admit my station designs aren't the best. Some of them do look quite nice in the end, like GSG is a nice looking station. I'm very happy with how that turned out. Likewise, GSP and GSMI also look quite nice, as does Morningpool Falls. Oh! Morningpool Falls. I'm so glad I mentioned that. Even though I've said it about 6 times this episode. Yes, the extra platforms that I was going to show you, that I mentioned last episode, they are here. And I have actually found a use for them. Because this is the original Transrapid route. This was the western end of that. And when I rebuilt these platforms at the end of last episode, I did think, what the hell am I going to use this for? Here's the dock as well, by the way. And then I realised, currently, we have this. This is the cross-country west route. And the cross-country west route actually continues north through Canal Street here and onwards towards Sunnington and the North Valleys route. And then there's this little connection here, which is going to be for freight only from now on. Reason being is the passengers are actually going to come down this way. So I'm going to be building a new station here, and then out of the tunnel here, along here, and then connect up with the line there. Actually, it might even be down here and have a like a wide junction. And that will be the new terminus for Morningpool Falls trains on the cross-country west. This also will now allow me to run semi-fast services from GSP to Morningpool Falls without having to go down to Plindon and back up again, which is what they used to do. So I'm quite happy that I got that done. The original service that we've got that runs between GSP and Gronville West, I'm just going to leave that terminating there, and I'll add a new service that will come all the way up to Morningpool Falls here. And that's another new connection that's been built. But yeah, just to recap again quickly, hopefully I've explained all the new routes correctly. Hopefully I've explained some of my plans for the overground around Guard City. and also some of the station rebuilds and stuff like that. If people want to rebuild stations for me, they are welcome to do so on their versions of the game. They can either share images with me, you can add a post on my Reddit community with designs if you want. I'm very happy for people to do that. Or videos, if you've built something in the game and you can make a quick video of it and upload it to that Reddit community, that's perfectly fine. Images, drawings, sketches, if you want to do timetable sheets and stuff like that as well, you can. Just don't be offended if I don't use those, because I do have my own system for timetabling, but I always like to see what other ideas people can come up with. So I know there are people out there who watch these videos that do like doing that, so I want to encourage that, because I think that's a really cool thing to do. It's something I enjoy doing. I know it's something that you guys enjoy doing, so I really want to see you guys working on things like that. It's good engagement, let's say. Besides that, thank you very much guys for watching. Sorry if I've blabbed on for a little bit too long. I am trying to keep these episodes a little bit shorter now. An hour is my absolute limit, and I'm already at 50 minutes. So somewhere between 45 minutes and an hour is kind of my target for these episodes now. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series. It's always good to get the like count up. It's starting to rise again, but it could do with a little bit more of a boost, so just keep that in mind. Besides that, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click the bell notification. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for continued support, and also click the bell notification if you haven't done so already. Go to the Reddit, use all the stuff there. You can tweet me, go on the Facebook page, all that kind of stuff. Visit my website, and you can even catch some of my live streams. I am considering live streaming this again in the future. Some of the background builds, particularly rebuilding stations. Actually, it'd be nice to get direct input from people when I'm doing that. I might even start streaming it on YouTube so you guys get to see it happening. We'll see about that. Stay tuned. Check my social media, because I always tweet if I'm about to stream something. But yeah, I'm going off on a tangent again, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I will see you soon.